This commandment calls for respect for God's name, recognizing it as sacred and powerful. The Second Commandment forbids the abuse of God's name, i.e., every improper use of the names of God, Jesus Christ, but also of the Virgin Mary and all the saints. Blasphemy, speaking words of hatred, reproach, or defiance against God. False oaths, invoking God's name to bear witness to a lie. Perjury, making a promise under oath with no intention of keeping it, or failing to keep a promise made under oath. Profanity, using God's name casually or irreverently in speech, such as exclamations of surprise or anger. The faithful are encouraged to use God's name in ways that honor and glorify Him. Prayer, calling upon God's name in sincere communication. Praise and worship, glorifying God through songs, hymns, and declarations of faith. Proclamation, sharing the gospel and speaking of God's deeds with reverence. To adhere to this commandment, speak with reverence. Always use God's name with the respect it deserves. Avoid casual use. Refrain from using God's name in trivial matters or expressions. Honor commitments. Be truthful and faithful to promises, especially those made invoking God's name. Educate others. Teach and encourage respect for God's name within your community. Understanding and observing this commandment deepens one's relationship with God, acknowledging His holiness and the sacredness of His name. This commandment guides believers in recognizing the sanctity of God's name and encourages a profound respect that enhances their spiritual journey. Embracing this commandment not only cultivates individual reverence, but also strengthens community ties through shared values and beliefs. Living out this commandment inspires others to reflect on their own use of God's name and promotes a culture of respect and reverence. Through genuine commitment to this commandment, individuals can transform their personal lives and inspire their communities to embrace a deeper reverence for God. This dedication cultivates a culture where reverence for God's name becomes a shared value, enriching the spiritual lives of all.